game number 3 of 3. And game 2 was a marathon. And now we're loading on to an even bigger map. The biggest map ever. Outer Rim Stronghold. And spawning to the lower left, battling in game number 2 relentlessly to finally come out the victor. Representing Alien Invasion, Golden. His opponent to the top left, the orange Protoss player who won game number 1 convincingly. Game number 2 not going quite the way you would have wanted. It's Stardust. Golden extractor tricking there. Nothing more scary than that. Meanwhile, Stardust not going to be going for the cannon rush on this game. I think it's hard to cannon rush on Frost, right? But Stardust did it. Outer Rim, I want to say it's not viable. Like, even if you send 2 probes out. Actually, even if you send 3 probes out, I still don't think it's a viable thing to do. The map is just too damn big to make it work. Golden though, going hatch first. This is definitely safe to do on this map. No kind of proxies or cannon rushes can go down. Whereas Stardust, opting for the Nexus first. This is less common, because it is still possible for a Zerg player to punish this if they have gone for an early pull. And that actually is viable, because you've got your Overlord scouting one way. If you send out a drone to another base, then you can actually make it work. You send a drone to one, Overlord to the other, and send the links through the middle. You can then actually get there in time, and if there isn't a wall off, it causes some problems. But Stardust willing to risk that, hoping that it's not going to be the case. It would be pretty brave in game 3 of a best of 3. Both of these two, so far this evening, have had a pretty awesome night. They've come on up against some very tough opponents. Stardust, in the previous series, taking down, of course, MMA. Golden has had multiple foes in his way, starting off with Todd, actually, which is a very tough opponent. Going hatch pull, gas this game, so getting a good economy down, utilising the large scale of this map, getting as much macro down as he can. Whereas Stardust, doing the same. Nexus first into that gateway. One thing which is really solid on this map for Protoss players is a Stargate, and it's something that Stardust has really shown that he's comfortable using against Zerg, and actually quite likes. And the reason this is a great map for Stargates is because there's a lot of dead space around this natural base. There's a nice little bit of dead space coming in to the main where you can retreat out of. There's also this bit down the back, which means that you can sneak away if you want to do a little bit of a flyby. Zealot now out for Stardust. He's chrono boosting out Warp Gate tech. This is quite interesting. A chrono boost on Warp Gate tech early on, rather than probes, means that he is looking to be aggressive. Lots of Protoss players just opt to chrono boost out the Nexi, as opposed to chain chronoing the Cybercore, because it does make a huge amount of difference. So we should be seeing probably 4 gates of pressure coming through from Stardust. It's 2 gases, so it's not going to be pure Zealot pressure. Wait to see exactly how many gateways Stardust chooses to go for. 3 so at the moment. 3 gates of pressure is less aggressive, but obviously easier to transition out of. You can grab some tech. Probably hoping to punish Golden if he's been a bit too greedy, but 1 link tries coming up, doesn't get through. There's the 4th gate, as expected, and also the 5th one. So 5 gates of 2 bases is fine. The Zergling, though, going to be a hero after the Stalker moves out and gets the Scout. Instantly seeing this coming, a lot more links started, and a Spine Crawler also on its way. Golden knows that if he defends this, he's in a good spot. Stardust has to do some good damage here. He's trying to get down these pylons immediately. Golden did actually fare off against this well in the previous Protoss player he played, but that was purely with Zealots as opposed to other gateway units thrown into. But regardless, nice early scout, lots of links coming through. The proxy pylon going to be targeted. Speed now kicking in. Down goes that probe, a few additional Stalkers coming through. But Stalkers not optimal against Speedlings. Speedlings wreck Stalkers, as we're now seeing. And if more Zealots try and warp into the back, I think he'll be shut down quickly and efficiently. Down the Stalkers go, and Golden, just with a perfect defense here, making some beautiful plays. Counter-attacking as well, forcing these sentries back at home because of the Lings there. And Stardust gets minimal, if any, damage done with this push. Losing about, well, 3 times more resources than his opponent, which is never going to be too great. Meanwhile, Stardust just happily still probing up. With the 5 sentries here, can indefinitely wall off with force fields against these Lings as long as he doesn't let any up. He's got to be paying attention here because there is a fair few Zerglings heading straight towards that. So he does have the sentry wall, which is the right thing to do, just to make sure that there can be no slip up. Golden though, adding in the Rotron, going to be staying quite aggressive. His drone count up at 55, not utilizing his second and third gas yet, nor is he taking any more for the moment. Meanwhile, just big chrono boosts on all of these warp gates coming down from Stardust, and he's going to transition from his big gateway play into an even bigger gateway play. Up now to 7 gates, or soon will be at 7 gates. Spending his chrono boost there, completely walls off. Stardust does not want a long game here. He wants to end this, and quick. He does not want to face off against that Swarm Host composition late game again, which admittedly wouldn't be as strong on Outer Rim, but still is something he doesn't want to contend with. But, seeing this complete wall off, Golden should now know something is up. Force field instantly comes down, a couple more units getting warped in, Mothership Core seen very far forward, more roaches, more Lings coming through. The Lings are going to have to pull back. They can't try and engage this, but by coming in from behind, they should be able to find any reinforcements coming through, pick those off. Stalk already going down. Sees the proxy pylon locations, and Golden, he's already got a 4th on the way. He's feeling pretty bold here. Robo facility now on its way out for Stardust. He knows that this can't really work now. There's just been too much time. It's been scouted and there's already ample amounts of units to defend against it. Where do you go as Stardust here? Because, yeah, he's trying to transition, but by no means is this what he wants. It's awkward. It's bumpy. It's kind of like saying, I'm going to sprint, and then being told after 100 meters that actually you're doing a marathon. Stardust getting surrounded now by those Lings. The force fields are damn good. Zones out a lot of the roaches, prevents a good number of the Lings from engaging, but the roaches and just this pure surface area, fantastic for Golden. So the force fields buy time, but is it enough? More units streaming across. Stardust able to force back the initial wave, but subsequent waves coming through. The sentry count vanishing, and that means the force field's disappearing. Mothership Core coming in will get the mass recall, but not before significant losses have been taken. More roaches, more Lings coming through, burrow tech being researched. Meanwhile, Stardust confined to 2 bases compared to the 4 of Golden. Golden is massively ahead in this game. So far ahead. And as long as he denies this 3rd base, to be honest, it's going to be ridiculously hard for Stardust to make it work. Couple of force fields baited. Overall, the sentry count at 8, so there's a good number of force fields available. More energy, the better. Attacking up this ramp is going to be a big challenge for Golden, and this force field here is really nice. Great use of burrow though, and for the moment, there's no observers out, so no way to contend with that. Golden's going to be able to back these roaches away and keep them nice and safe. Cannon coming down to the top of the ramp, predominantly for the detection more than anything else. But it also gives a bit of added defense, a bit of added security. Blink coming down for Stardust. The second robotics... Actually, no, he cancelled the first robo. Whoa, okay. That is not something I noticed earlier and I really should have done because this is huge. This robo that was definitely 100% building there got cancelled. And as a result, there's no detection. That's why the cannon's coming down, because there is no way to deal with it. The roach is now engaging as the gateway forces come down the ramp. A quick reburrow out of range of the cannon's detection radius. Robo Facility just finishing up now, an Observer is going to come through. But all of this is keeping Stardust pinned back. And when we factor in the Golden is at 74 workers, with 4 bases compared to the 2 of Stardust, who's getting low in his main, Golden is really in a beautiful spot. Absolutely brilliant. And Stardust, with next to no tech, only just finishing up his first upgrade, now is running into problems. Quick combo from the Roaches. They should try and slide down that sentry if they can. At least get something for their trouble, but no. Gonna back out. Of course, though, all while this has been going on and all while Stardust has been defending, Hydras have been being produced. Hydras are very, very good against gateway units. And that is all that Stardust has, unfortunately. Time Warp being used, more units rallied across the map. The Hydra range nearly finished up. 9 seconds left on that. Roach speed has been completed, as Burrow has been as well. You've got +2 missile attack, giving Golden that upgrade lead yet again. And I know I'm making this sound very dire for Stardust, but it is going to take a miracle for him. The force fields start coming down. The sentry count not that high though. Golden attacking from multiple fronts. These Hydras in the back dishing out a lot of DPS. The Mothership Core gets taken down. In come more of the Roaches. In come more of the Hydras. And Stardust's last stand has fallen. Golden takes this best of 3 finals 2-1. Wins himself 300 euros and the March Go for SC2 monthly finals. Stardust walks away with 150 euros and can be very happy with many of his performances today, which have been spectacular.